Great. So my name is Andrew Facemeyer. I'm a program coordinator with the NAU Center for Service and Volunteerism. You may be familiar with our name. We just changed. We were the NAU Civic Service Institute, but we are now the Center for Service and Volunteerism. So very excited about that. And I'm going to be talking about more than just my program. We'll be talking about all of our AmeriCorps programming. We offer a number of different AmeriCorps opportunities for individuals, and we serve statewide. So if you can go to the next slide. Our oldest AmeriCorps program is our Arizona Ready for College and Career AmeriCorps program. It is a state and national program, so direct service. And the ARC program is really aimed at working to increase post-secondary and career readiness throughout all of Arizona. We work with to provide direct service to middle school, primarily high school students, but also some non-traditional students and families, as well as some first-year college students. And we really work to help provide them with assistance in key post-secondary planning and career explorations. But to be clear, we are not an NAU recruitment program. In fact, very few of our members actually serve with NAU. So we're really about finding in a broad scope. We have a number of individuals who serve in the Valley with ASU, as well as with GCU and other programs. And so really what they work on with ARC is to help form expectations about college, how to complete college applications. I don't know about you, but it was, even as a non-first gen student, it was still a challenging experience the first time around, especially the FAFSA form. So that's a key part of what our ARC program does. So it's a very cool program, and that's its main focus. Our other state and national program, if you can move to the next slide, is the program that I manage. And Alternatives to Managing Pain and Prevention is still a pretty new program. And we are focused on combating the opioid crisis in Arizona by increasing education and social support for older adults and youth and young adults ages 13 to 24. So with older adults, we work with them as well as veterans and those with disabilities to help them find support and often transportation to find non-medical alternatives to managing their pain. We also work with youth and young adults in a more prevention focused. So it's a more classical prevention framework. So it's more social support, mentorship, those sorts of things. And when I say non-medical alternatives, we mean in a pretty broad sense. We also think of pain in a very broad sense. Because if people aren't getting their basic needs met, that's a type of pain, and they're also going to be much more likely to fall into substance abuse. If you can move to our next slide. Finally, we also offer a Vista program, so Volunteers in Service to America, as Emily so helpfully gave us the background earlier. Our Vista program is really focused on 3 primary areas. They help support what we do with our 2 direct service programs. STEM education, opioid mitigation and education, and then college and career access. Our Vista program is statewide, so we serve in a lot of different areas, although a lot of our Vista positions are going to be up here in Flagstaff. So that's just a really brief overview of all 3 of our AmeriCorps programs. Currently, we are recruiting here in Flagstaff for a Vista leader. We'll also have a number of Vista opportunities coming online in the coming weeks. And for AMP and ARC, in AMP, most of our recruitment right now is in the Valley or Southern Arizona. I have positions in Florence, Tempe, and in Tucson with our friends ICS, who you will hear from Tori later. So we are an intermediary program. In all of our programs, we place our members to serve out in the community with other organizations. That's another key fact about how our program works. So that is some really basic info about us, about a 5,000-foot view, or 7,000, because I'm up here in Flagstaff. So just a pretty general view. So are there questions or anything you would like to know more about our program? If not, if you can skip to, I think, the next slide after this one. You can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And the next slide has my contact information. So if you want to learn more about AmeriCorps or an AmeriCorps at NAU, you can feel free to reach out to myself or our other AmeriCorps program coordinator, Christina Simpson. There's our contact information, or you can also reach us at americorps@nau.edu for our general email box if you want to learn more about us. So thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. I had no idea that you had positions all over Arizona. I thought
Yep,
you were
we are statewide, so we have we're in almost every county.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we'll move to our next organization. So we have Deidre with NAU Senior Corps.
Good afternoon. I almost said good morning. I'm not sure what time it is anymore. I think I forget. Hello, everyone. I am a coordinator up at the Center for Service and Volunteerism with Andrew, and I work with our 55 plus programs. We have 3, and the first one I'm going to be talking about is RSVP. And this program is for people 55 and older who want to give back to their community in a variety of areas. This particular group, and as you can probably tell, this is pre-COVID, but a lot of people in this group worked in food security. And we were at the Flagstaff Family Food Kitchen in Flagstaff, and we're serving meals. Most of the volunteers in this particular slide have been double vaccinated now and are now serving it at the Flagstaff Family Food Center, and some never stopped. They did it on their own when we were kind of on hold during the program, because they felt like it was so important. So food security is one of our areas. We also work in community initiatives so that they can help in particular nonprofits. We work in education where they tutor in classrooms and senior companions. And working with veterans is another important area that we serve in, where they give rides, get veterans to appointments or visit with them. A lot of what our senior corps programs do is to combat isolation. And I think now more than ever, people understand what it means to be isolated and how important it is to connect and to understand what's going on in the world and feel like you're a part of it and not be isolated. So we all have a little bit of what that feels like for many of our seniors who felt that in the first place. Let's go ahead and move to the next slide. Just so you know, the RSV program has no income. There's no criteria except to be 55 or older. And they do still serve in the classroom, but we do have foster grandparents like the 104-year-old that we were talking about earlier who work with kids in the classroom. And maybe these are seniors who are on a fixed income and would like to get a living stipend. So you can be okay to do it either way, but it can be a wonderful way to make a little bit of extra money and give back. And there's a lot of seniors that are isolated and have income issues, and they can be in the classroom and work with kids. And honestly, there have been many times when I would be in the classroom just observing what's going on with our foster grandparents, and the kids love their grandmothers or grandfathers. That's what they call them, Grandma Sue. And it's just so wonderful to see the impact that they have. I am an educator through and through. I was often talk about that my mom was getting her master's degree in education while I was in the womb, so I had no other choice but to be an educator. And so I know how important it is to have that one-on-one experience with another person. It can make all the difference as far as moving forward, particularly if you're falling behind your other peers. We are now working in a program that is working with our seniors to do virtual connections and helping them to understand how to work on an iPad so that they can connect virtually. And that has been a fun experience, helping our seniors learn how to manage the tech world that we're in right now. And we see that as something that's not going to go away, even if we start to move back into a different life. Next slide. So here we are with our senior companions, and this means that as a senior companion through our AmeriCorps senior programs, you would be paired with another senior or many, depending on the situation, to provide companionship, to help some of our seniors. We have one picture, it would have been good to put that one in there, where we had a senior and he's playing pool with his senior companion, and they just have a ball, and they're both can't wait to get back to being in person together. They keep saying now, well, they just now both got vaccinated, so they're going to be able to spend time together again, and that's been so important. And they're also learning to use the iPad to meet with their senior companions and their families. We have a couple of programs that are going to provide iPads to the seniors in their programs who are our clients. And so if you're 55 and older and you want to give back, there's so many ways you can do that. And sometimes if you're on a fixed income, you can actually make a little bit of money to help you along as we get into our wisdom years, I like to call it. And next slide. This is the contact information for myself and Melissa. Our particular programs are all over the state. We have, I believe in almost every county you can serve, or we'll find a way for you to serve. So in Maricopa, we have foster grandparent and senior companions. We don't have RSVP in that area. In the northern, well, all over the state, there's another program that serves RSVP in that area. So if you want to serve in Arizona, you can. As Andrew said, we're everywhere. And I think Emily said that too. I believe that's the end. Maybe questions. Yeah, that's the end. Any questions?
I'm just going to chime in, Delia, or Deidre, thank you very much. And we work very closely together as a department. So if there is an AmeriCorps opportunity for you, if AmeriCorps Senior isn't the right choice, or maybe AmeriCorps isn't the right choice, we always try and work together. So you can contact any of us, and we will try to help you find the right way, the right place for you to serve, for right opportunity for you.
Yes, thank you. Thanks again, Deidre. And I love your canyon background. Makes me want to go outside.
I miss it. Thank you.
All right, I will pass it off now to Harmony with Mesa United Way.
Great. Lou, do you mind if we go to the website first?
Sure.
Thank you so much. And I'm kind of hoping we can play the video on that page if that's an option.
Yes, let me reshare so that I get the audio with it.
Oh, cool.
This one?
Yep, right there. Yeah, so just a quick preface. This is just a video about our AmeriCorps program. Sorry, I should have said that first. I'm Harmony Nelson. I work for Mesa United Way. We have an AmeriCorps program that focuses on a lot of different things, primarily in the realm of what we consider a realm of homelessness. So if you think about homelessness, though, there are a lot of different components that become a part of those types of struggles, including food insecurity, education, job security, and a bunch of different things that we focus on. So I wanted to share this video first because it's got a bit of explanation of the types of things that we've done in the past, not this past year, but the year before, and the really cool projects that we've worked on as a team. So I just wanted to share that real quick. I think it's a great video. Is it working? Sorry, Lou, it's not working for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, now I see that my sharing paused. Let's see if I can redo that.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to drop that on you. I just thought this would be fun.
Oh no, yeah, this will be great.
AmeriCorps is a service program that partners volunteers with local agencies to assist in a variety of areas. Mesa United Way has teamed up with AmeriCorps to help meet the needs of the vulnerable in our community, focusing on supporting foster care programs and assisting the homeless. This year, there were 60 individuals on our AmeriCorps team. Our AmeriCorps members served a combined total of 22,946 hours at 13 different partner agencies across Mesa. AmeriCorps is not only beneficial to the individuals being served, but also to the members who are making a difference while learning invaluable job training. You can support AmeriCorps by donating to Mesa United Way online or through your workplace campaign. Learn more at mesaunitedway.org/AmeriCorps.
That video is made more for like donors and that kind of stuff that we do and have to do as a nonprofit. But you get the idea of kind of how much we do as an AmeriCorps program at Mesa United Way. You know, our mission is that united we fight for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in our community. And our AmeriCorps program really reflects that value quite deeply because we have a lot of different types of positions that are fit into different partners within our community that really fight for those values for people who really need us the most. Yeah, so if you close out of this, I wanted to scroll down the website a little bit just to show you a little bit of the details about the logistics of our AmeriCorps program. So if you scroll down to this sort of first stop of the flyer down here, this is kind of where we outline keep going a little ways. There's a little framework at the bottom. Here we go. Perfect. So this is where you can see the different types of opportunities that we have available. We have a half-time position available, which is 20 hours a week. We have a quarter-time position available, which is 10 hours a week. Reduced half-time is something in between those two. These are the positions that typically start for us in our AmeriCorps year in September. So if you're interested, and if you scroll down a little bit more, Lou, if you're interested in some of these varieties, yeah, keep going. There's a little place where I've got a list of positions. Here we go. So these are some of the examples of some of the positions that we will have available starting at that time. If you're interested in starting right away with this type of programming, we also have the After Aging Meals on Wheels program assistant that's still open. But other than that, you can kind of look through our website, see some of the positions we have, and if you're interested, there's contact information right there on the page, or you can write down my email. It's real simple. It's just harmony@mesaunitedway.org, and I'll throw that into the chat. So the program that I wanted to talk to you about, in addition to our general AmeriCorps program, is the one that we're recruiting for right now, in addition to that Meals on Wheels program. And Lou, if you don't mind going to my flyer, thank you so much. So this is our Mesa Youth Unite program, and this is a summer AmeriCorps program that we run. So it's sort of our second season of AmeriCorps during the year for the Mesa United Way program. It's a summer reading tutoring program for low-income and homeless children. So what we do is we place 20 AmeriCorps members into 4 different sites across Mesa, including, I'm working on those partnerships right now, but including Save the Family, House of Refuge, La Mesita, Homeless Family Shelter, and the Boys and Girls Club. So 3 out of 4 of those organizations are working directly with families who are in transitional housing. And what we do with those 20 members is we send them in to do summer programming with the children, and also a reading intervention tutoring program that we've developed with the Mesa Public School System in order to help stem summer reading loss among those children. In addition to the reading and the summer curriculum, we also partner with our local food banks to do volunteerism once a week at the food banks. And then in exchange for that, they give us food boxes that we then distribute not only to the families of the nonprofits, but to Title I schools in Mesa during their summer school programming as well. So it's a pretty robust program. There's a lot going on over the summer for us, and it's very, very rewarding. You can see some of the compensation down here. It's really over 4 months. There's the living stipend listed there, as well as the scholarship, which you may know already comes with all that AmeriCorps. But in addition to that, we do a 12-week leadership training where once a week we will come together as a group and work for 4 or 5 hours on different leadership aspects of life. So we'll do interview training, we do resume building, we talk about interpersonal communication. Often years we'll do a Myers-Briggs, training for personality leadership, all different kinds of ways to look at leadership and community involvement. So it's pretty great. It's beneficial for everyone involved, the people who receive the services and the people who are giving the services. Everyone kind of wins in this scenario, which I think is common in AmeriCorps. So those are the details about our summer program. We are still recruiting for that. We'll be taking applications for the next month, probably even month and a half, if we need to extend that deadline. But we'd love to hear from you if you're interested in being a part of that. And gosh, I was going to say one more thing. I think that's pretty much it. Catherine, did I miss anything? You want to chime in on me at all? Just make sure. Or say anything wrong?
No, you did great. Thank you.
Okay, great. Catherine is she's our head honcho for our AmeriCorps programs. So I'm here kind of helping out, but she's the one who does all the business. So I want to make sure I'm doing this right for her. Yeah, any questions for me? Okay, great. Thanks so much. I appreciate your time. Oh, my email. I already gave you my email, right? There we go.
Thank you so much, Harmony. And you just introduced Catherine, so perfect timing. I will go ahead and pass it off to Catherine.
Thank you. This may be difficult. The last session I had 20 minutes, so cutting it in half is going to be hard.
Actually, we are doing fine on time, so take however long you need, Catherine.
Oh, you might regret saying that. So my name is Catherine, and I am representing Helens Hope Chest today. Helens Hope Chest is a wonderful, unique program in Arizona. It's based in Mesa, but we serve clients from all over the entire state of Arizona. We serve foster and kinship families. And I think everybody's heard of foster families, but do you all know what a kinship family is? Have you all heard of kinship? Okay, so kinship is when a family member or a close friend of the family takes in the child. And that's obviously, for many, many reasons, far better for the child to go to a family member or a close friend versus strangers. However, those kinship families receive far less funding or resources from the state than foster families. So it's pretty, it's much better for the child, but it's financially more difficult for those families. So here we have Helens Hope Chest steps in, and Helens Hope Chest is very unique in that it's a boutique. It's a little store where foster children and kinship children can go and shop for their items. There's a lot of amazing programs around the state that serve foster children and kinship children, but it's different. They find out, the size of the child, and they gather up beautiful, nice clothes, and they give them to the child. But who knows if they actually fit or if it's an item the child likes. This way, the child goes to Helens Hope Chest and they shop. They get to try on the items. They get to pick what they actually like. So it's very, very unique. And it's a very peaceful environment as well. But they get to go there 4 times a year. They get new or like new items. It's clothing, it's undergarments, it's accessories, jewelry, belts, hats, all kinds of cool stuff, swimsuit or a coat. They get books. There's a birthday room. Whatever appointment is closest to their birthday, they get to go into that room and choose a brand new gift. And it's a really, really special room. And whenever you help a child go in there and pick a thing, most times you walk out in tears, either happy tears or you hold them and wait till they leave, and you have sad tears for them as well. They also have a back to school program every summer where they give all the children backpacks, new backpacks filled with school supplies. However, Helens Hope Chest has backpacks with those school supplies on deck all year long, because foster children are removed from their homes all year long, and usually with nothing but what they're wearing. So those kids need school supplies. And even during this pandemic, they haven't been in school, most of them, but they haven't needed a backpack, but they've still needed school supplies. So Helens Hope Chest has been there providing those needs. They also have a really neat Christmas program every year. This Christmas program is a little different. They ask that the foster parents and the kinship parents don't bring the children, and then they go there and they pick out a brand new gift, stocking stuffers, books, and a stuffed animal, something that the child would want and like, and then they can put that it's from grandma or Santa Claus. You know, it's coming from a family member or a friend. It's not coming from a charity. So it's just a really neat program. Now, in Foster 360 is a new program of Helens Hope Chest. And Foster 360 serves youth and young adults that are aging out of the foster care system. And those are the people that are not getting adopted, and they're not going home. They don't have family. So they really need a team around them that's going to support them, that's going to hang in there for them. And this Foster 360 program, it's also another really unique program. And I'm going to look at my notes here so that I get this right, because it's just I'm so proud of them. They provide personal navigators to provide stability, guidance, and coordination of services, as well as trustworthy connections to the larger community. So they provide housing, employment services, and education services. What's unique about it is they use life coaching. It's positive based. It's all positive based. Everyone knows that these kiddos have a past, and it's a rough past, but they let the counselors deal with that. They let the caseworkers deal with that, and they focus on the positive. They've recently just started a new residential housing program for these young adults. It's called Culver Campus. And what's extra cool about this is these kiddos can make mistakes here and learn from them, something that they couldn't do like in group homes. They get to own those mistakes. They get to learn from those mistakes, which also means they can have successes and own those successes. They're their success, their own successes. I'm just so excited about this new program. But they have navigators that are assigned to a young adult, and they're with them, and they really form a bond. They find out what this young person wants to do for their future instead of telling them they should get a job or join the military or go to school. They find out what this young person wants to do, and then they go and look for the resources to help them reach their goals. So the AmeriCorps members at both Helens Hope Chest and Foster 360, they range in providing all different kinds of services, from sorting through donations to we have our very, very newest position that I just posted, a PR and media strategist. So we have all different kinds of positions, and they are all equally critical. The person that goes through the donations, if we don't have that person going through the donations, we don't have Helens Hope Chest. Without those donations, there is no Helens Hope Chest. They are so incredibly picky about the items that they provide to those children. They want the absolute best. Those kids are in foster care of no fault of their own. They have none of their own things. They're not with their families, so they want the best items provided to those children. So those people that are going through those donations are just as critical as somebody who is helping write grants or helping with the digital marketing. So we have the navigators. We have people that are doing research. It's just a whole plethora of positions. And on my next slide, I just have 2 slides because I do a lot of talking. On my next slide, I just have the list of all the different positions for both Helens Hope Chest and Foster 360. And right now, we only have the one position that just came available that's open. Helens Hope Chest, their positions actually do fill up pretty quick. People love to serve there, and most of the positions are quarter time, which is absolutely perfect for, especially if it's perfect for students, and it's perfect for people who are retired, who are 55 and better. So they love that 10 hours a week. So that fills up pretty quick. I will be recruiting for Helens Hope Chest May. So if you're interested, hit me up now. I'll save your information. I'll reach out to you in May, and you can start the interview process. And if it's a good fit, I will hold that slot for you. Foster 360 has the brand new position that just opened up, the public relations and media strategist. And then I've put all kinds of wonderful pictures up there of different activities that we have done. Those are all pre-pandemic, obviously. With our AmeriCorps program, we do a lot of training days where we get together and we learn different skills that are not only going to help us with our AmeriCorps service, but they're going to help us in our professional lives and our personal lives. So we do trauma-informed care training, we do professional boundaries, we do CPR and first aid certification. In a couple of weeks, we are doing mental health and first aid. Here we are. We also do a lot of service day projects where we get together with other AmeriCorps members from our other programs, and we go out into the community and serve other nonprofit agencies where we might not actually have an AmeriCorps program. And we learn about other needs in the community. We meet other people who are meeting those needs, and we actually have a whole lot of fun doing it. So I have pictures up here of us participating with Feed the Reader, which is a lot of fun. We've prepared there's a picture of us with a whole lot of casseroles at the men's shelter, pulling weeds, which doesn't seem like fun, but it actually is a lot of fun. And then we're at the Arizona Fair. So one day at the fair, all the AmeriCorps programs in the state go there, and we represent our own programs. But our program is so large, I just ask our members to just participate for 2 hours, and then you've got the whole rest of the day to go play with your family and your friends, which is pretty cool. And then one of our AmeriCorps members was selected to be represented at the National AmeriCorps Recognition Day, and she got to throw the first pitch at the Diamondbacks game. So there she is throwing the first pitch. And then there's Maggie, where we're at the United Food Bank serving too. So we have a lot of fun, not just serving at Helens Hope Chest and Foster 360, but we have fun, at other times as well when we get together. But if you have any questions, and my contact information was on the first slide. But if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. No questions.
All right. Thank you, Catherine.
You're
You
welcome.
painted a beautiful picture. I can picture it all. All right. Our last organization today is the Interfaith Community Services of Tucson. And so I will pass it off to Tori to talk about that organization. Oh, sorry. Your slides were just a different size, so I need to reshare.
Well, I will just say hello while Lou's getting those going. I'm so excited to be able to present. I'm excited to hear all the other things that are going on around our state. In Tucson, our program is in Tucson. There we go. Our program is in Tucson and Pima County. So that's the area that we serve in. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Thank you so much. We are Interfaith Community Services. We have been around for a while, 36 years, helping people achieve stable, healthy, independent lives. That's our mission. That's our passion. That's what everybody rallies around. And we have a broad range of things that we do to complete the mission, if you will. We have we recruit volunteers of any age from 18 and up to even families where parents can work alongside their children, their school-age children, to deliver mobile meals or work at one of our produce giveaways, things like that. We have food banks, 2 food banks in Tucson. We have, as many of you know, the needs have been increasing, especially during the pandemic, and we've seen continued growth in that area, unfortunately, and families coming for food that have never come before. And so while food service delivery is really, really important to help stabilize families, and that's really in line with our overall mission. Any volunteer can help with that. We also will deliver food boxes and things for seniors that can't, or disabled individuals that can't get out of their home to do that. We have other programs for self-sufficiency. So with the stabilizing of people with food insecurity, we help to stabilize people that are seeking to stay independent in their own homes through, if they're being faced with eviction and they need some rental assistance to be able to maintain their residence, or they need utility assistance to keep the AC on, or the water or the heat. We also work in our self-sufficiency department to help people stabilize their lives that way. We have a workforce development department also that works with people that need to get back to work, or are underemployed or unemployed, even homeless, who need and want to have employment. And so we'll work with our volunteers, we'll work with them to get that resume up and running, and even help them apply, help them get on the computer, even help them apply for SNAP if they need to do that. So we have the food banks and the self-sufficiency, and you can see how those 2 programs really combine together to provide sort of a safety net for a number of families. So those programs, well, actually, so one more program within the self-sufficiency is called our Single Mom Scholars Program. And we are able to help single moms who are in college, who are doing a certain grade point average, and they have young children, and they're trying to better the outcome for their family. So we come alongside them and help them with tuition support or mentor coaching support, providing childcare situations for them when they need it. And the situation where a car breaks down, we can help in that kind of thing. But sometimes they just need someone to talk to, so our volunteers can help in that area too. Now those are programs that are ICS, and in addition to that, we have our AmeriCorps Seniors programs that support our caregiving programs. So in addition to that, we have senior senior caregiving programs, if you will. And we help the seniors and those that are disabled to stay independent and in their own homes. So any person can help in that, but those that are 55 and better are part of our part of our AmeriCorps seniors program. And so these volunteers, and this is where the slide comes in, deliver prepared, fresh or frozen meals in our mobile meals program. We are seeking to expand delivery areas to more rural and South Tucson. And actually, Andrew mentioned we have an AmeriCorps position open for the very first time. We have just a regular AmeriCorps position open through NAU, and it's very exciting to have this position open. It's the first time we're doing this. And this position is to support the work that's going on to outreach into rural and South Tucson, and to alleviate the pain. I love the way Andrew put it. You know, there's pain, there's physical pain, there's emotional pain, and there's, you know, the isolation pain that many seniors are experiencing, especially, you know, we know now in this pandemic. And so this position will also help in that area. Also, our AmeriCorps seniors volunteers provide transportation to medical appointments, to errands, and most recently, our AmeriCorps seniors are helping schedule vaccine appointments for seniors who can't or don't have the technology to do it on their own. So they get a friendly phone call, they get to kind of connect with somebody, and they will have their vaccine appointment scheduled if they want that. And then our volunteers will also help bring them to the appointment both times. And let's see, and then the other thing that our volunteers can help with is to shop for our seniors who need groceries. Especially, we saw an increase in that during the pandemic where seniors didn't want to get out. And so our volunteers would, you know, call them, get the list via the phone, and then pick up their money, go to the store, bring it back, leave it on the porch or in the cooler outside. So we've adapted all of our services to be as safe as possible, especially during the pandemic, and especially for seniors who are in a vulnerable category. When we deliver meals, we deliver them to an outside cooler and kind of connect through the door with the senior to do kind of a healthy check-in and see how they're doing. So we've adapted a lot of ways, as I'm sure many programs have. And the last thing we do for our seniors is to help them relieve their social isolation. And so we have what we call our Home Sweet Home program, where there's friendly phoning. We do a telecare morning security call. We have a number of other programs called companion sitting, which is giving a 24-hour caregiver break. We have home repair, minor home repair, when that annoying smoke alarm battery goes off in the middle of the night and wakes you up, and the senior can't get up to the ladder to change it, you know, or there's a safety hazard in the house with some, you know, issue of electrical cording or something, or dripping faucets and things like that. So volunteers that are skilled in those areas can help out and help a senior in their home. And, you know, thereby helping address the isolation and improving their independent living ability. If you can go to the next slide, that'd be awesome. So just to give you a little bit about who ICS is, our guiding principles for staff and volunteers. These are them: respect, integrity, compassion, collaboration, and innovation. And we work in this realm. We are all not perfect, but we all aspire to be better. And so these are some of the guiding principles that we rally around in our care and service of each other and of our seniors and our volunteers. And one more slide, Lou, thank you. And if you could click through some of this, I had this on animation and I forgot to unanimate it. Thank you. So it's easy to become an AmeriCorps Seniors volunteer with ICS. You attend our online orientation, you complete the application, background check, reference check, Volunteers can receive mileage reimbursement for services provided. This program, unlike some of the others that you've heard about today, is non-stipended. So this is the benefit is that you can receive mileage reimbursement, but there's no requirement of a number of hours that you need to perform, or you decide what you want to do and how much and when and that kind of thing. And there is specific training for each program area. You could click a little bit more, Lou, thank you. And there's special class options such as mental health first aid, honoring a life. And we are also offering Spanish language classes, which help for service providing, because a lot of our, probably about 1 in 3 people that call for service are Spanish speakers or prefer to speak in their native tongue. So we're working to try to provide more Spanish speaking volunteers to help people be at ease in their native language. We also provide special recognitions, appreciations, and perks, and being part, and you know this, being part of an impactful program that brings hope and joy to others, brings hope and joy to you. And that's where national service is an amazing gift that we not only give our community and each other to make us healthier and stronger, but we give to ourselves. And my contact information is on the bottom. So thank you so much for allowing me to have a few moments to share with you.
Tori, I think it's amazing that you guys teach your volunteers and your AmeriCorps members Spanish. I don't know of any other organization that does that so that you can better serve the community. I just think that's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for saying, oh, that's wonderful to hear. And we have a really dedicated group. We have a great teacher. And I tell you, these people will even pay for classes on their own because there's only so much, you know, we have budgeted for it, but then they're like, we want more. So they'll keep going. And, you know, with language, you need to keep practicing and you can't just stop. So it's been a beautiful thing. And honestly, it's been great during the pandemic because they've been so isolated, some of them, that they felt the Spanish language classes helped them connect with each other. So it blessed them too. Thank you for saying that.
Thank you so much, Tori. We'll open it now up for any questions that you have for any of the presenters or any questions you have about AmeriCorps. Also feel free, if you're more comfortable, you can put a question in the chat. And presenters too, feel free to ask other presenters questions.
I just want to say thank you to the other presenters for presenting all of your amazing programs. Everyone in the state's doing such a fantastic work. And, you know, if you ever want to partner with us or anything we can help with, always feel free to reach out as well. We're always happy to work across the board and help other people find, you know, what's the best fit for them. So.
Thank you, Andrew. I want to echo that. It's been so nice for me to learn about the different organizations. I'm not new to national service, but I am new to national service in Arizona, and I've learned so many great things about all the programs here.
I saw that Melissa asked a question in the chat about the number of applications. I think that was for the program directors.
This is Deidre. We do not have more. We're in one area, we've had more or actually 2 areas, we've had more recruitment for our RSVP programs, mostly in the food security area. It just seems like people want to make sure that other people are getting the food that they need. But I wouldn't say we have more. I would say it's kind of been flat as far as recruitment is concerned.
Yeah,
for our programs.
I would echo that. What I'd echo that from Deidre is that our recruitment has definitely been down across all of our programs, all 3 AmeriCorps programs, just because. And I talking to other people, I think that there's a lot of hesitancy because a lot of our members are still serving in person. because I think with AmeriCorps service, some of our work just can't be virtual. Virtual service is great when you can do it, but unfortunately, I think that just it's not able to, and I think people are hesitant about that. So I think that our numbers are down across all three programs as far as applicants. So, but the applicants that we got are all fantastic. I love my members. It was just writing them a thank you note for AmeriCorps Week. So.
And this is Tori Tori Carlson, our Interfaith Community Service in Tucson. We've seen a shift for sure. When the pandemic started, we were able to pivot our programs to make them safe for people to volunteer, and we distributed masks and did the distancing and all that. We did lose a lot of the volunteers that work at the food bank, for instance, that are like in their 80s, you know, very dedicated people. And they felt the need to stop, and that was fine. But we're finding that after a while, they had to come back. It's their family. They just, we've shifted the model to be outside, and we've done all the things that we can to make it safe. And we have a lot of safety measures in place. So, and then we've also, as we've shifted to like deliver meals to coolers outside and do shopping, I saw an increase in people just saying, you know what? I don't, my job is like stopped for a while, or I'm a teacher and I have extra time and I just need to do something. So I've seen, because our program doesn't require a certain number of hours, you know, or anything like specifically like some of the AmeriCorps programs do a commitment like that. It's all based on your personal schedule, that you can work around other things you're doing. I actually have seen more and more people come to want to volunteer. So that's been pretty fun to get to see that bump up. And I think as people now are getting vaccinated, they're letting me know. They're saying, hey, I'm getting my first vaccine. As soon as I get my second one, I'm coming back. You know, so that's kind of fun to see as well. But like I say, our program's quite different from others. And, you know, people they can decide how long and how much they want to volunteer. So I think the flexibility of, you know, being able to do that allows them to like come and just say, yeah, I have one day a month I can help with, and then, okay, let's see if we can make it happen. So, but there's definitely been a shift, and I think it'll keep shifting. So.
Yeah, I'm as a program coordinator, I'm really curious to see as vaccinations start rolling out and more people start getting vaccinated and people start deciding they want to get back in the workforce, if we're going to start seeing applications for AmeriCorps members go up. So, and if you're interested in serving with Tori as an AmeriCorps member, call me, give me a ring, send me an email, because we do have that position serving with ICS, which is a fun partnership that we've been super excited to develop. And so that is a part-time position. So serving in a part-time role, either, what do we say, Tori, either $6.75 now or $4.50. So.
I did post our newest position yesterday, and it wasn't approved, I saw, until 10 o'clock last night, which was kind of an odd time to approve it. And I woke up this morning and had 15 resumes in my inbox.
Oh, wow. Where did you post that at? Just out of curiosity.
Indeed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But no, I had deal breakers. And I had tests for this position, and I'm very, very clear about it being an AmeriCorps position. And this is the only one that I've ever had with deal breakers and tests. And I still had 15 resumes in my inbox. So this is it's just one day, but this is the best I've seen this whole service year. So I think those vaccinations and the numbers going down I think that's the difference.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And I find Indeed is a great resource, although a little challenging to recruit AmeriCorps positions. So.
Yeah. Historically speaking, when the unemployment is up, AmeriCorps volunteerism goes up as well. So it's a nice way to get back into the workforce and still give back. and stay involved. So that's historically what's happened, but it's also, I think people want to give back. I think I believe that once things are moving forward with vaccinations or just the lessening of the transmission, we're going to see more volunteerism coming in, and the hold pattern is going to change quickly.
And I will also just say AmeriCorps is a great opportunity for anyone to serve. I think of the AMP members, only one is what you would call maybe a traditional aged AmeriCorps member. Most of my members have been older members, which is fantastic. Our organizations have been really fortunate to get them. So I always like to say that AmeriCorps is not just for young college students, it's for everybody.
Yeah, and so just dovetailing on what you guys are saying, I think the pandemic has shown us all how much connectedness is important. And as we move, into safer territory, how much we need each other. So hopefully that will give us all a bump up in the reality that we need to keep out there helping each other. And these are great programs. These are great programs to do that.
Okay. Thank you all so much for joining. Like Celia said, we will get the recordings out and slides out to everyone. So if you missed hearing from another organization, you can get their information too in the recap email. And thanks again to all the presenters. Really appreciate you sharing about your programs today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.